Mike, when you look at their defense and how they've created turnovers, what do you see it?
Yeah, anytime defense is creating turnovers, it's just because there's pursuit to the ball. There's 11 guys flying around, creating havoc. You know, I think they got a good defense. Obviously, anyone that's making the final eight, that back half sure finds a way to get to the ball. You know, and that's why they're leading it. And not only do they lead the league in turnovers, they capitalize on that offense. You know, and it's been one of the major reasons to their success. So, you know, our guys are aware of that. We're aware of it every week. I mean, everyone's always preaching, take the ball away. I mean, there's 32 teams doing the same thing. They just happen to do it at a high clip. And coach well, and the guys are executing.
Have you done any interviews this week for the coaching job?
No.
Will you be doing them in the coming days? There's been reports that you've been requested for those.
Yeah, for a week.
How do you prepare for that kind of situation?
It's just first and foremost. I mean, it's just the truth, you know. So, and I know these other clubs, they understand that too. I mean, we got a job to do. I owe it to these guys to put my full focus on them. So, interviews will happen, but focus on these guys.
You guys talked about how critical it is to come into the league and everything, and now has the confidence been how have you seen him kind of soak up the knowledge of those 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, what you just said. You know, I mean, Puka's his own player, right? Puka's not Cooper, Puka's not Tay, and we just talked about 3 of the best receivers of the last 10 years, and Puka only being in his 3rd year. So, you know, he's just always learning. He's, you know, you think about the 2 years with Coop, and you know, Coop's always in with Matthew early, so Puka's going to be in with early. You know, and you just think about the interactions him and Tay, and just kind of, for lack of a better term, the swag those guys present when they're out on the field together. They have a pretty cool relationship off the field, particularly in this building. I think their relationship when they're on the field together is pretty special as well, because I think they have so much respect for each other's game. Yeah, I mean, it's like apples and oranges, right? You know, I mean, you're talking like I look at a receiver room, like a starting basketball, you know, lineup with 5 different guys. You know, like we don't need all Shaqs out there. You also don't need a bunch of, you know, Steph Currys as well. It's a mix and match, you know. So their skill sets are very different, but they're both very good. I think just him watching how Tay goes, like, I mean, there's probably little nuances that even to my eyes, it's like, I didn't know he picked that up from Tay. I thought he just kind of worked that himself, you know. So, again, I think it's just 2 great players that watch each other, that respect each other's game. You know, you want to put your best foot forward as a player because you want to do that. Well, when you got another guy in the room that's as good as Tay and Tay as good as Puka, shoot, you're just going to elevate each other's game, you know. So, it's been pretty cool to watch.
Hassan's always been an efficient this year's had for explosiveness to his game. What is it about him to balance those 2 elements in his game?
Yeah, I think anytime, credit to Kyron first and foremost. I thought when he came back, he's always been in shape. He's always put a lot of work in the offseason. I thought when he came back, he just was better. I thought everything about, you know, his athleticism, his speed, all that, his strength, that everything was just a little bit better. This stuff matters. You know, I know we're already talking back to April. That stuff matters, you know, for the attrition of the season. But it's also a credit to the other guys, you know, on the field. We're blocking better. You know, whether it be the perimeter, the tight ends, I think have done a great job through, you know, this year, that playoff game. I think our line has done a great job creating more lanes, and I think they've done a better job when we've gotten out in space to create those explosive, both Amy and Blake. So it's a credit to him for sure. You know, I don't think anyone's surprised by the work that he puts in, but also anytime you're running the ball well, you know, it's a credit to the kid.
This offense has gone for it a lot on 4th down this year compared to years past. Sean said that Smash has, you know, had a lot of input on that. So what information has he been able to give you and Sean that's, you know, kind of come about that change?
We call him Smasher on here.
So Sean called it
Smash ball. No, it's yeah, Dan Smash. That's the only way I know him as well. No, he's a smart dude. I had the opportunity to work with him in New York with the Jets, and you know, really bright dude. Studies the league, very efficient. Just kind of, you know, and it's not just him. I mean, he's working with people, Carter and all that. You know, working with the analytics and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of seeing where the trends are going, and you know, those numbers are their numbers. You know, ultimately this game, yeah, there's analytics involved, but there's a gut feeling to it too, and I give a lot of credit to Sean as well. Like, you know, sometimes it's just coming from the gut. I think anytime you see an aggressive, you know, coach, Particularly, and I don't think anything is careless. I think it's just been aggressive. It's trust in your players. You know, he just trusts our guys. I'm talking Sean, and rightfully so. They give us every reason to trust them. So, Smash deserves a lot of credit for that. I know our fourth down conversions have been pretty good. But we'll see what happens this week.
Is there something you've learned from Sean when it comes to either leadership or relating to players that you found to be unique to him?
Unique to him? He's a pretty unique person, you know. Very unique. I think that's why you see him, being here in his late 30s, father of two now, finally, which is awesome. But have the success he's had, since he's been here, because he is unique. He brings such great urgency. He brings such great energy. Like, guys, when they walk in that door, they want to be here. And that's not always the case everywhere, even if you're winning, because some of these days can be tough. It's not all flowers and daisies every day out here, by no means. But guys come here, they're ready to work, they're ready to get better. They keep the main thing the main thing. This place is all ball. I give a lot of that credit to Sean. I mean, he deserves a ton of that credit, and there's other guys that deserve that credit too. Him and Les have such a great, relationship with each other. I've only had the 3 years with them. Demoff, Tony, obviously, our ownership. So I mean, it's a cool building, but obviously, Sean brings a lot of that greatness, if you will, to this building.
A couple more guys.
At this stage of the playoffs, what changes the most in how you build a game plan?
I mean, you're just one more game into this thing. I mean, there's a lot of film to watch. You go back when it was nice and sunny over in Chicago in September. This defense doesn't look the same, whether it's different players because of injuries or schematic changes as DA's kind of figured out his group. So it's I don't want to say like any other week because you're just accumulating more information on the defense. But again, it's each and every week we're trying to put our guys in a position to be successful. We're trying to put their guys in a position to be successful. We're trying to give them the fundamentals and tools, to go execute the said scheme, and then put that ball out there and those guys go play. There's a lot of variables right there. So I love the way our guys play. We give them everything's going to work. Some of it sucks, and they just make it right. So that'll always be the case. He's a stud. He's a better human than he is a coach, and he's a really good coach. So very fortunate to have him. I'll be honest with you. When we brought him here, I thought he was going to say no. He had a really good job at Iowa State. It's a very respected job, because of obviously the former coach there and everything that's moved on to Penn State. But we're very happy that he did take that job, and I've just seen him grow, and he grows because he puts a lot of work in. He is a tireless worker, and he doesn't even look tired ever. I don't think he sleeps that much, but you would never know. He is extremely efficient with his note-taking, with his learning, with studying around the league, but not overloading him. He's got incredible brain power to reach back into stuff that we talked about in April, stuff that I forgot about that he can remember. So, and then, like I said, that's all awesome. He can communicate to these players, but again, overall, he's a better person. He's a great husband. He's a great father. He's a great friend. Love seeing the success he's had so far.
Despite some of the injuries that have happened to the tight end room, the production hasn't really changed. How has Scott Huff played that role in maintaining the standards?
Yeah, Scooter is we got Smash, we got Scooter. Clubs out here. But Scooter's been awesome, and again, credit to those players first and foremost. Those are guys that as long as we don't mess it up as coaches, they're going to find a way. They're just made that way, and whatever we can do to help them. With that being said, I do think Scooter's helped them. I think his approach, day in and day out, and his energy that he brings in there, like he gives them what they need, whatever that is for that day. If they need a little pat on the back, he's there for them. If they need to tell some jokes for a little bit to keep it light, he's there for them. He's a great leader. He's a chameleon in that way because again, he can do what is necessary for that group for that day. I think he does deserve credit for that for sure, and I think they give him the same. Yeah, we're actually bringing in some trucks and stuff to put some snow and ice over the field. But this guy can throw it. Yes, you do. To answer your question, sorry to kind of be sarcastic on that. Yes, you do, but not with our guy. He's been in it too long. He's been in that busy. So, we're gonna go play.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.